guys, welcome to Living with Ulcerative Colitis. I'm Maya, and today's video is going to be ideas on how to make hospital stays cheerful during the holidays. I decided to do this video because next week is Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving there's holiday after holiday after holiday. And I'm a person, when I had my surgeries, I had them on different times of the year, but it seemed to happen around the holidays, and I would like miss out on stuff because I wasn't feeling well and there was nothing we could do. And so I think I missed my school's homecoming, and I missed my homecoming, and I also almost missed Christmas. I was like 2 days before it was supposed to be Christmas when they let me go. I said that as if they were keeping me hostage. They weren't, but they needed to make sure I was clear, and I'm glad that they took their time, but also it was the holidays, and we came up with ideas. And so instead of letting us all figure out how to make hospital stays cheerful by ourselves, I figured I would give you the ideas that my family and we all came up with. So first, I'm going to give the ideas for if you are the person that is sick, and then I'm going to give ideas for what you can do for the family that really help during this time of the year. So, or any holiday for that instance. So, at the hospital I was at, they had a Christmas program. So this is something that you can ask, where you can ask at the hospital that you're at if they have any holiday programs, if they have any of this. I was in the children's ward, which allowed me to have more access to things like that, because in the children's ward, they're kids, and you're like, they don't want the kids to be like really sad during the holidays, so they bring stuff out, and they bring coordinators, and they do things. I don't know really much how it works in the adult wing, but I know for the children's wing they usually have holiday things. But even still, in the adult wing, I know that the whole hospital did something like for different holidays downstairs. It just wasn't in that particular wing. And so what my hospital did during Christmas time, and actually from like the beginning of December all the way down, was they did gingerbread houses. And it actually came up from the dining hall. So they had a dining, like a cafeteria, and they made the cafeteria make X amount of gingerbread houses, and they brought them to the room with like decorating tips and stuff like that, and then they just let us decorate it. And it's something that you can do while you're, laying down or sitting up. We just kind of put the tray over me, and they just let me kind of work with it, and it gave me some like back some of the Christmas cheer. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really like doing gingerbread houses during the holidays, because it reminds me of this, like, it was like kind of gloomy, and then there was a gingerbread house. And so you might be in a hospital that doesn't have a Christmas program, but you can always ask your nurses or your CNAs, but the people around you, the people that are running the hospital, ask them if you are allowed to bring a gingerbread house kit inside of the hospital. And that gives Christmas just a little slice of Christmas. Another way is my mom, she picked up, I think it was either my mom or the coordinator, but they picked up window markers, and they're basically erasable markers that will only write on the window. They will not write on paper. And so she allowed me to like walk around and kind of draw on the window, and I kind of like do like a snowman or a Christmas tree, and it gave me some like decorating that I could do. And again, you can get permission to do this, but they're washable because all you need is some soap and water, and it will come off the window. So if you want to argue the point, it will come off the window. It's not permanent in the least. They're called washable window markers. And so it allows you to draw festive stuff. Another thing is the Food Network channel. And that made me smile because if you have ever been in the hospital and you have ever been NPO in the entire history of your life, there's something about the Food Network channel. I don't understand it, I don't get it, but apparently it happens to a lot of people in the hospital. And it happens as your NPO, which means not able to eat food or no food by mouth. Um, and there's certain conditions on it sometimes. Sometimes you can be NPO and on a liquid diet, or sometimes you can be NPO and that means no food, usually because you have a surgery the next day. But people in the hospital, we just turn on the TV to watch the Food Network, even though we can't have any food. And for some reason, it like helped. I don't know if it's like psychological. I don't know, but it worked. But what I mean with the Food Network here is watching like the Christmas bake-offs. I think there's like a lot of different like Christmas competitions, and the people are like cooking food. I know that there's the gingerbread competition that happens like every year. People are building gingerbread houses, and that, along with watching like Christmas movies and stuff, it kind of helps you forget that you are inside of a hospital, and you get some of the Christmas spirit back. Um, there's also holiday music. My mom, she is an early riser. I am not, and we are still the same. I'm still not an early riser, but she still is. But in the hospital, she used to turn on music when I woke up in the morning, and before it was the holidays, she was just playing like just nice soft music, and then we'd wake up, and then after we're like fully awake, it'd be more music where you could just dance to. And I think it was also to keep me moving and keeping me like, just not like, you don't have to always insist, oh, you're in the hospital, so you just don't do this. She had the permission to play the music, so she played the music. So when it was the holidays, she just played Christmas music. And I mean, I woke up jamming. um, and it, again, helped make the hospital more homey. And then, oh, if you, as are a student, college or K through 12, and you are in the hospital during the school season, so basically school's about to end, but the holidays are still here, and you think that you're going to get behind on your studies. Most hospitals, or some hospitals, have tutors that can come to your room and help you. So if you were at school, for instance, you could go and you could get help with this subject before finals. But if you're in the hospital, that is not an option. And so they made this an option because they knew that was a possibility. And so if you are trying to enjoy your Christmas, but you're like, I have that paper due and it's making me stress out even more, you can ask your nurse or your CNA or whoever is attending to you, do I have the option to have a tutor? And they will answer your question with yes or no. And then you'll know. And so that is all for the person. And so this part is for the family. So the family can be friends and family, basically people that are coming to visit, and they're coming to visit often. How can you help them? And we actually figured this out by like trial and error. There's no wrong way, but there's like things that are like really like you really wish you had. And one of them is gas gift cards. So this could be a Visa gift card or a gas gift card to a specific gas station, and it allows the family who is commuting to and from their house to the hospital to be able to continue to do that, because doing that drive over and over can get kind of pricey. And so the person who is sick stays at the hospital usually, and if they're not feeling well, they're still at the hospital, but the family has to keep going. And so the gas allows them to continue to do that. You can also send food to go stuff, and honestly, I will admit that food was sent sometimes when I was in PO, but my family needed it because they can order the food at the hospital, but I know for me, as I was the patient, the food was quote unquote free. You still were paying your hospital bill afterwards, but the food was free. But for family or anyone else that was ordering food, they had to pay. And so they would try to eat before or try to eat after, but sometimes that's unavoidable. And so if you're trying to help someone, that the family that's in the hospital, you can send like takeout, just food. And I think our family friends did that about like 4 times, and they enjoyed it, and when I could, I enjoyed it too. You can also send baskets of snacks, so if you're not a person that does like to go, you can just literally get like a basket or a bucket and just put snacks in it and just bring that, and it just allows the family to have something to eat, and they can spend more time with the person that's not feeling well. You can also send, this was mom, word puzzles, crosswords, and circle it. I don't actually know what the difference between a circlet and a word puzzle is, but these were a distinction. So if they're the same thing, I apologize. There's also, I think it's Sudoku, that game. Basically things that they seem kind of pointless, but they take up some time. And they're helpful because when you're waiting for doctors wouldn't be here without them, but sometimes they take their time, and and you as the patient are sitting and you're like, where's the doctor? But you have like the investment because you are not feeling well, but the people that are waiting with you, they don't have anything to do either, and at a certain point your phone does die, and so having like something to do with your hands, something to focus on, keeps everybody kind of tempered for a little while longer. And then lastly, our toiletries. So at my hospital, our toiletries were free, as in they came with the bill for the patient, but it wasn't an actual added bill. So we got like socks, you got unlimited socks, unlimited sheets, unlimited pillowcases and stuff. But some hospitals charge you, and so you can send toothpaste, toothbrushes, lotions, chargers, charging blocks, so you can connect your phone to the block and it will charge it. And these things are helpful because they, again, allow the family to be there with the patient and not have to leave to go fix things or go to eat, so they get to stay with the patient longer. And in my experience, I think the reason why I did so well, like I felt so well after and got better, is because my family was there. And I knew that I didn't have to listen to all of the doctor's things, because I knew my mom or my sister or my dad, they were sitting right there absorbing the information too. And it allowed me to just concentrate on getting better because I had them. So I hope this video was both informative and helpful. If you have any questions or any ideas on what other things the family or the patient can do to help keep the holiday spirit going, please comment those below. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like, share, subscribe, and press the bell for notifications. Bye guys!